this is Tara Reed, and welcome to another episode of Practical Pointers for people with a loved one with dementia or Alzheimer's. I am making it my business to help people like you navigate this journey so you have less stress, less unknowns, and less confusion than I did as my dad journeyed through dementia and Alzheimer's. Today's question is an excellent question, and I think almost everyone on this journey asks themselves this at some point on the journey, and it is this: is it normal for a person with dementia or Alzheimer's to regularly blame and be angry at the primary caregiver? And I would say yes, it is so normal. This happens all the time. And especially if you're in a relationship, with which most people are, right? It's a parent and a child, or two married people, a husband and a wife. And so they've been in this relationship. And maybe the person with dementia, as was the case with my dad, doesn't really understand what's happening. He thinks he's fine, and he thinks that everyone is out to limit his independence. Basically, that we don't want him to thrive any longer, that we're out to get him, and things like this. And he became very, very angry, especially with my mom, because he was living with her. So he saw her as the person trying to curtail his independence and his life and what he wanted to do the most. So this is totally normal. Now, the person who submitted this question wants to know, what can we do about it? How can I stop it? There's really nothing you can do to stop it. You can't use logic. You can't reason with someone who has gotten to a certain point of decline in the frontal lobe of their brain. What they believe and what they think makes as much sense to them as it does to a 3-year-old who thinks they can pick up a car. We think it's cute then because we all intuitively understand that they simply don't know yet because they're learning, right? But when it comes to an older person and their reasoning and their logic starting to change and the way they're interacting with us starting to change, it's not so easy. It can become really, really frustrating, especially if you're the one taking care of this person, right? So you're dealing with all of these things. You're dealing with the emotions. You're dealing with day-to-day things. You're trying to keep them safe. And then they're angry with you. That is so hard. I saw this with my mom. I experienced this myself. There isn't a lot you can do with the person with dementia because they don't know. But there are two people in this equation. There's the person with dementia, and then there's the primary caregiver. So the main thing that can be done in this situation is to help the primary caregiver understand. Help them understand what is going on in their loved one's brain. Help them pivot their perspective, pivot the way they're taking it so that they don't take it so personally, so that they can distance and say, you know what, that kind of stung, but they don't understand what they're saying. And it's hard. I know it's hard, but it can be done. I've done it. I've helped my mother do it. I've helped other people do it as well. And I have an online workshop that is available, and it basically gives you more information so that you can understand what's happening, you can recognize the signs, and it gives you tips of how you can handle some of those things. And I also give you some great tips of just small ways that you can change the way you interact with your loved one so that they stay more peaceful and less resistant when you're trying to get them to do things that they need to do. And all of these skills are going to keep so much more peace. Because when they feel independent and they feel heard and they feel like they're in control and their anxiety levels are down, they're going to be happier and you're going to be happier too. You, as the loved one or the primary caregiver, are the only one capable of change in this instance. So this online workshop can really help you learn how to do it and some of the mindsets that you can begin to shift. All right. And things will get a little bit easier for you.